Hi again everybody, welcome to my latest video. Well, some of you may remember from an earlier video I had presented this. Well, I'm tired of having just this box, and if I open it up again you'll see it's still a piece of wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it. I have this magic wand here. It took me a while to find one, but I got it. And I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to a real 3080 card, okay? Abracadabra. Wow, that worked, didn't it? What do I got here? EVGA 3080. I gotta open this thing up and see what it looks like inside, huh? Okay, let's get started with this thing. Let me get my handy dandy box opener here and open this guy up. Good magic wand, right? I'll hang on to that. I might need it again. Let's see here. Looks like we got a tape up here. Guy out. Wow. It's got a couple of packages in here. I'll have to open those up and see what I got here. This thing sealed further? Oh, there it goes. Got a fancy little instruction sheet here. And here she is. Wow. Wow. That looks really good, doesn't it? Here we go. Triple fan. Hefty looking card. Nice metal back plate. Looks like I got a couple of tears out of this one, huh? Let me go ahead and do this first tear here. Get this off, if I can catch the corner. There we go. Put it close to the mic. A weak tear. Well, it does have a protector on the PCI connectors on the LANs. Looks like there's a tear up front here too. See how this one goes. That was better. Okay, EVGA GeForce RTX 3080. How does that look? Pretty good, huh? It's going to be going into my new build. I just showed the bulk of the parts yesterday in detail. This one I had left out. I wanted to do a separate opening for it and let you folks see what it was. Much better than that 2060 I had bought temporarily, which I thought I was going to have to use. This one at least has 3 DisplayPort connectors on it in addition to an HDMI. I like that. It doesn't have the little red end, the one that I saw online. That's good. I was wondering about that because I really didn't want to get red into my build. It's mostly black, white, and some gray. So that's good. I understand that these LED controlled, it's not full RGB, but I believe these 3 here on the front, the part that you'll see with the way I'm going to orient it in the case, are controllable by ARGB. So it should match the concept of my case. And when I change one ARGB, it'll change them all. It is really a beefy cooler. This is a heavy card. I mean, I haven't had many big cards like this before. Matter of fact, this is the only real big one. My 1070 and my 1660 Ti's, 2 of them that I've dealt with, one for my backup computer right now and one that's in my daughter's computer. They were like half this weight. I won't take this protector off of the LANs right now. I'll wait till I put it in the actual computer during the build. Let me see. Saw a lot online about these capacitors, the different types of capacitors, the ML versus the CL, I believe. And this is, as they showed, for a lot of the partner cards. That differs from the original spec that was outlined by NVIDIA, the reference spec as they refer to it. In that reference spec, they refer to needing 2 sets of the smaller ones in the middle. This one only has 1. And then the other 5 sets are just single, larger, and supposedly cheaper capacitor units. We'll see how it goes. I don't plan on really super overclocking this, although I do plan on trying it on this from what I've read. So that's something that will happen. I think that's about all I observe. I understand that these fans are supposed to be pretty good from EVGA. People complain about the little E's on the blades, the letter E all over the place. But somebody did an analysis that showed it actually helped with the cooling. So, who knows? But I will test it in terms of heat and make sure that we are capable. The case I'm putting it in, the build overall that I'm putting it in, is going to be really, really cool. I like the fact that there's a lot of perforated holes in the back plate, even though it is metal. That lets the heat dissipate out of there, and a lot of side vents for it as well. Looks like it has 3 different heat pipes in it that go through the various parts of the cooler. So I said, you know, this is a pretty good card, and I think it'll really help my build a lot. Oh, look, another tear. I missed one over here, right here, on the PCI slot protector. So I got 3 tears out of this one. The first one was kind of, let's face it, that was weak. The second one was okay, except I wound up tearing it in the middle of the tear. None of them really had a significant sound to it, but you know, you get what you can get, right? Okay, anything else? Oh, they got a little protector on the edge of the PCI slot protector, so I'll leave that on there as well. That'll keep the paint protected until you're ready to use it. Oh, by the way, I did mention in my previous video, but I mentioned again, I really lucked out getting this. I wound up going to Micro Center the other day, about an hour, and I think it was an hour and 40 minutes earlier than it opened. And I lucked out. That was a day when they got, according to the manager, their largest shipment of cards ever. I won't show the line again that I did in my last video. Going there really paid off a lot. Well, let me show you what we got. I'll put it up on the screen here. There are actually 5 different versions of this fan version of the 3080 from EVGA. The one I bought is the middle one. It's the actual model number referred to as the XC3, and that's a model category. And then it's the most expensive and most featured one of the 3 boards that are in that category. It is the model 3885. There are 2 other ones that are called the FTW line, which is a higher end, and as you can see, the price is much more significant as well. They were available, at least the highest one there was available at Micro Center, the 3897, but I really didn't want to invest you know, the extra money in that particular one. It was significantly higher, in my opinion, at the time. Now, it's not anything else, I have to make a quick decision. I don't think I would change that decision now. I think this is good enough for what I want to do. I think a lot of what that one offers are features that I probably won't take advantage of. Anyway, I think I made a good choice on the spot at the moment that I had to make that choice, so hopefully this card works out well when I actually put it into my build. Oh, I almost forgot. There are 2 little packages that came with this. Let me see what they are. I didn't notice them in the package listing. This one says, important notice, this card includes a retention bracket for attaching to some select case chassis. To learn more, please scan the QR code. Let me see, let me open that up and see what it looks like. It's got a little bag of screws in here too. A little piece of, it actually feels like stainless steel. Not too thick, but you know, it is possible that this will work in my case. I'll have to find out when I'm doing the build. I do want to get a retention bracket for this. I didn't realize this came with one, so we'll see. Hopefully it works out okay for me. What's in this other package here? Tear this one open. Oh, it looks, if I happen to have a monitor that's DVI, they're giving me a DVI to HDMI adapter cable. That's interesting. Okay, I don't think I'll need that. I don't have any DVI monitors that I'll be using on this, but it's good to have. I may need that for some of the special testing case I'm doing, so that's probably where that'll wind up getting used. Okay, what I'm going to show you now up on the screen are some of the things that I did some research on this card after I had bought it. I also want to show up here a couple of the pages, one from NVIDIA, which shows the base 3080 that they sell, the base model. What we refer to as the Founders Edition, as opposed to the next page where I'm showing you what the specs are of the EVGA. And as you can see, you know, the vast majority of what's there is exactly the same. Now, taking a look at the specifics of the specifications from both EVGA on this card and from NVIDIA on the 3080 Founders Edition, not a lot of differences. It looks like this one here has a slightly higher boost clock, 1755 megahertz, as opposed to 17100 for the Founders Edition. All these other features, same memory, same effective memory speed. Of course, this one has a different cooling system. They refer to it in EVGA as the ICX3 cooling. And it has the LED logo in ARGB, Everything else looks exactly the same, even the same length. I thought there were going to be different lengths, but this is the same length virtually. I mean, 285.37 versus what NVIDIA says is 285 millimeters. This one is 2.2 slots though, as opposed to the NVIDIA FE being only 2 slots. So it's it's a little bit thicker than the one that NVIDIA themselves sells. Oh, and a very interesting difference is listed under requirements, the fact that the actual power connectors are different. The EVGA board takes two 8-pin or 6x2 pin PCIe cables, as opposed to that special cable that the Founders Edition would require. Other than that, same power draw, same number of display ports, HDMI, all the rest of those features are the same. My new little toy, my 3080. As I said earlier, if you want to try to get one of these, I think if you live anywhere near within a driving distance, and I mean driving distance is something that's probably less than 2 hours from a micro center, I suggest you get there early, leave your house a little bit early, get there at least a couple of hours before it opens up. You may want to call your local one before you go there. The one in Long Island gets their shipments, their trucks arrive on Tuesday through Friday, so only those 4 days. It wouldn't work out if you try to do it on a Monday or over the weekend, obviously. So if you have one of those days coming up, and somebody had said, a rumor, I think, more than anything else, that Tuesday and Friday are the better days. Maybe, maybe not. I think Tuesday might be likely because it's after a 3-day weekend. Anyway, I suggest that's the way you go to try to get yourself one of these cards. I lucked out. And I wish everybody who's watching this video the same luck if they happen to be looking for one or another variant of this, you know, different manufacturer, or maybe 3070 or 3090, 3060 Ti, if that's your flavor. If you want to go ahead for the AMD ones, the same deal. There's the same concept at these stores. So I read good things about the 6800 from AMD. So that's supposed to be on par with this one. So you might want to look into it. I do thank you for watching this little box opening and some basic information about a single graphics card. If you got anything out of this video that you found interesting, useful, or just found entertaining, despite my lame attempt at humor at the beginning of the video, do me a favor and at least consider subscribing to my channel. It would really be helpful. Well, until the next time, take care.